An aircraft, who happens? Not with us, you can't.
Bird problems for Kevin.
The birds just tend to go straight the way through. That's why a lot of the time they don't cause that much damage. It literally just does disintegrate them completely.
And some VIP passengers for Captain McBride.
The actual total value of the passengers on board is probably worth more than the aeroplane. We've got the Liverpool football team today.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
A new day at Luton Airport. And check-in assistant Katrina Leader is in a mischievous mood.
It's a pen. I got it yesterday. When you pull the lid off, it goes bang. Passengers always ask to borrow a pen, you see, to sign their passport, so no, I'm joking. I wouldn't really give that one. I'm a bit of a prankster.
Katrina soon finds a willing victim.
Oh, what's special about the pen? I'm sorry. Oh! Katrina?
I said no.
Jesus. I didn't know that was in there. Cow. Bloody banger.
20 miles away in Milton Keynes, Janet Bassett is planning a different kind of surprise. Janet's flying to Northern Ireland for her daughter Amanda's birthday. Amanda has no idea Janet's coming.
She really wanted me to spend this birthday with her, and she was a little bit depressed a couple of weeks ago. Came on the phone crying, "Mum, please come over, please come over. I even pay your airfare, you know." And I had to say to her, "I'm sorry, darling, but I just can't make it." And she was crying, and I felt awful, but I just don't want to ruin this surprise for her.
Janet makes one last stop before Luton. A gorilla costume is central to her plan.
Oh, that might be a better suit. It is, in fact, the one we reserved for you.
I'll try it on. What's that? Right. Okay. And... Oh, wow.
I wouldn't keep it on for too long, because it gets a bit warm.
Oh, yeah.
See you in a bit.
Thanks. Oh, it's perfect fit.
It's not a gorilla, but a smaller furry creature causing Jane problems.
He wants to take a hamster with him. I've had a passenger with 2 mice. And the lobsters, of course. Oh.
He's taken it to the vet, right? And the vet said that, well, the vet have called the airline's authorities, right? And they said they're allowed.
Yeah, the only thing is you're not allowed anything live on board apart from, obviously, yourselves. So you won't be able to take him with you.
So what did I have to do to take it
You
to
can't
Greece?
take him with you, not on an Easyjet aircraft. You can't take any animals on board with you. You can't take him from England on an aircraft, who happens? Not with us, you can't. Easyjet won't accept you to take any live animals on board at all. So you wouldn't, if you wanted to take him with you, you wouldn't be able to travel with us.
That would mean purchasing
Ow,
another
do you want to take him back, because he's biting me? It would mean getting another ticket. If you want to travel with us on this flight, you wouldn't be able to take your hamster with you, and we'd have to get someone to look after him for you.
And if
I mean, obviously, we'd look at... Yeah, well...
I could send it to my girlfriend. How could this...
Well, we'll ring your girlfriend. She'll have to come and collect him. We won't be able to send him. We wouldn't send him for you, because obviously it's your responsibility. We'd have to get your girlfriend to come and collect him, but we'll be happy to look after him for you until she gets here. How far away does she live?
Birmingham. This is horrible, you know what you're doing.
22-year-old Kostas Karoulis has been studying in the UK for 4 years. He's flying back to live in Greece, and he desperately wants to take his pet Pee-Pee with him.
Right, if just do 9 for an outside line, and I'll come back in a minute to find out if she's going to collect him for you. I've got a hamster trying to get on the Athens flight. Things like this, I find unbelievable that they just think they can bring them through and take them on with them. I mean, this risk of rabies, infections. I mean, if that gets out and he put it, say he put it in the locker and it got out and it decided to chew through the wires, it could be just horrendous.
There's more fur flying in Zone A. Janet is checking in.
Do you have any hand luggage, please? Jesus. Oh, what's that? Gorilla head. Let's have a look. Oops. That's the feet. Oh. Oh, what have you got that for?
It's really ugly, isn't it? I'm going to give my daughter a surprise for her birthday. She doesn't know about it.
Can I try it on?
Of course. It's quite horrendous. Yeah?
How can you see it? Oh, I can just see it. Oh, I bet you get hot under that. It's worse than one of my wigs.
Yeah.
Try and call you back later about it. We'll try and sort it out here.
OK, well, if you want to give Steve a call, he's on 168. Where's he gone? Where's he gone? Well, you're more than welcome. It's not the point. It's insurance and everything. If you want to come with me and speak to my duty officer. Anne, you won't accept it that I won't allow him to take the hamster on the Athens to get some to the captain.
Don't accept any live animals on board any of their flights. The only things they accept are guide dogs on their domestic routes. Have you got any family here, anyone that can pick it up
Well,
for you?
his girlfriend's in Birmingham, but we can't get hold of her at the moment.
Right.
Costas won't leave his hamster homeless. He has to find someone to care for little Pee-Pee.
It's a shame. It's obviously attached to him. Doesn't like me. It's just bit me twice. Rachel Pill. Yeah. Does she know to come to us?
She knows to come to the Easyjet booking.
No problem. I'll let them know. We'll look after him in the office. Does he want some water or anything?
Finally, having found a friend to come and collect Pee-Pee, there's just time for one last goodbye.
I feel very wicked now saying goodbye. OK, thanks.
As Costas goes through, Jane thinks she can smell a rat.
Oh, he's in there. Do you know, I thought he'd taken him through with him for a minute. Oh, my God, he's taken him and run off with him. He's at the back there.
Belfast Airport. And Easyjet captain James McBride is taking extra care preparing for the return flight to Liverpool.
Yeah, I'm just doing the external checks on the aeroplane. Pre-flight check for every flight is important, but today even more so because the actual total value of the passengers on board is probably worth more than the aeroplane. We've got the Liverpool football team today. A little bit of a special flight, really.
Kevin's patiently awaiting the team's arrival back in their hometown.
Hopefully when the football team come in, I'm going to try and get them to sign this football for my son. It'll be a nice souvenir with all names on it, but especially we'd like to get Robbie Fowler's signature on it, because my son Tom's quite keen on Liverpool. He's been to quite a few matches, and he really does adore Robbie Fowler. He's a big fan of his.
The team are on their way, and Kevin's in luck. Robbie is on board, attracting the attention of other fans. To keep the team amused, Captain McBride has arranged some in-flight entertainment.
We've got a young lad on board called Carl, who's dying to play for Liverpool one day. He's dead keen, and he's actually hoping to impress them this morning with his football skills, so we decided to give him a bit of a go.
Carl Lung Sang Nam has said he can do 20 keep-ups in one go.
He's doing all right, ain't he?
Here we go!
Pee-Pee the hamster's fame has spread. He's the talk of Luton.
Definitely the poor thing. Go ahead. I've got the hamster.
Well, can I stroke it later?
Yes. Hiya. Are you Miss Rachel Steele? You've got a hamster to collect for me. Hang on a minute. Do you want to wait there? I'll go and get him for you.
I'm not sure. They've left it in a box, so I'm not quite. I'm going to buy a cage. It's not a problem.
Oh my God, so small. I know, he's in the end. He's a bit frightened. All right.
All right then.
Thank you very much indeed. Thanks for that.
Bye.
I bet she's thinking, what am I going to do with this now?
Sign the ball for us, please, lads. Cheers, mate. Thanks, mate. Thanks.
Touchdown for the Liverpool team, and Kevin's there to greet them.
Hey, mate, how you doing? Would you mind signing the ball for us, yeah? Sure. Cheers, mate. Good win again today.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Cheers, mate. Hello, mate. Sign the ball for us, Cheers, mate.
The team's arrival's causing quite a stir around the airport.
Aye, 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 aye.
You go and have a pint, Rob. You don't drink, don't you? No. I don't bother myself very much, to be honest with you.
I don't myself.
No, it's not good for you, is it?
It's just water.
Pint of water, yeah.
Kevin's made some new mates, and one young fan won't ever forget the flight.
I've done pretty well on the plane doing keep-ups, especially with all the turbulence. The high altitude got me going a bit. To do in front of the Liverpool squad is just absolutely brilliant. Just to get picked for the team, I hope.
In part 2, kamikaze birds in Liverpool.
Got the engineers checking to see how much damage they actually caused.
And how will Janet's daughter react to this? Another Easyjet flight leaves Luton for Edinburgh. 79-year-old Hugh Smith has missed it. He almost fainted at check-in, and Jane's concerned.
Are you suffering from angina or anything? Do you want to have the nurse to have a little look at you, make sure you're all right? I'm just going to leave you here. I'm just going to go and get her, all right?
Jane wants Mr. Smith to see the nurse before she lets him fly.
You got the nice young one today.
Hi. All right, what's the problem? Go back to the medical centre, okay? We just check your blood pressure, see what's happening there, okay?
In Liverpool, the Geneva flight is facing a big delay. Kevin has a bird problem.
On arrival, we've had a bird strike. The birds actually flew into the engine. Got the engineers checking to see how much damage it actually caused. If it has caused any damage to the engine or to the fins, obviously the aircraft's going to be grounded until the job's sorted out. You can see the blood actually on the inside of the engine. The birds just tend to go straight the way through. That's why a lot of the time they don't cause that much damage. It literally just does disintegrate them completely.
In Luton, things have taken a turn for the worse for pensioner Mr. Smith.
Well, Mr. Smith's not very well. He's going by ambulance to the hospital now.
It's not looking good for the Geneva flight either.
Captain's just on the phone now to operations in Switzerland. Apparently he's got to notify them first of all. If you just give Easy Ops a call, and I'll get back to you as soon as I've got any more information.
Yeah, we are in Liverpool. Just on landing, we got bird strike. Just at the end of the blade, outside, it's something missing.
The airport fire service are sent to dispatch the birds from next to the runway.
As none of us are ornithologists or bird spotters or twitchers in any way, shape or form, we usually use this, which is a Kingfisher Guide to Species Identification.
Plan A, identify the bird and play its distress call. The distress call isn't working. The birds are more interested in the freshly seeded grass. Cabin crew member Janie Stock is completing the final checks on flight EZY371 to Belfast. Janet is safely on board.
Oh, he'll have to go up as well, I'm afraid.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
He is, isn't he?
You can bring down whatever you need during the flight. It's just
All
for
right.
take-off and landing and keep it clear.
Okay.
Janet's getting nervous. She's no idea how her daughter will react.
She's got this full gorilla suit, the feet, the head, the works. It's brilliant. I mean, I don't know how her daughter's going to take it. She's either going to have a coronary there and then, or, you know, it's going to be floods of tears or something, isn't it? I don't know. But it's just fabulous. What a groovy mum to have. I'd love that.
The Liverpool engineer is hopeful. Things are looking up for the Geneva flight.
I've just been told now it's not as severe as they originally thought it was, and they can quite legally take it. It's quite safe to take it, so we're going to do it. Obviously, it wants attention when it gets back to Geneva. But as far as the safety aspect of it is concerned, it's not a big problem. Which surprises me, because half an hour ago, it was a major problem.
While Kevin boards the passengers, fireman Craig Rogers has resorted to Plan B.
At the moment, I'm carrying deluxe model lure, which is made from an old compost sack with a ball of string tied around it. Because they don't like anything predatory flying above them. Obviously Scouse lapwing, because they're not scared at all by that.
I need some help out here if someone can come out. Go ahead, OK, I'll help you. Where are you going to? Oh, Mr. Smith, how are you, my love? Are you feeling better? Did you? Oh, God. Right, OK. Let's find out when your next flight is. Oh. So what did they do to you?
Nothing.
Just kept you in and had a little look at you and...
Well, they took some blood. That was it.
Oh. Would you want me to get you a cup of tea or coffee?
I wouldn't mind.
It's not very nice, the tea. I'd say no. But you want it black sugar?
But wheat tea.
With sugar or not?
With sugar.
Black with sugar. Take a seat and I'll bring you a cup over,
Thank you
darling.
very much.
Can you print that confirmation for Mr. Smith for me? If that was my grandfather, I'd be devastated now.
I took a dizzy spell, you know, and pain in the chest. And I was wobbly on my legs. So they sent me down to the hospital in an ambulance. And then the hospital, after 4 hours of tests, said that couldn't find anything seriously wrong. They said, I said, how do I get back to the airport? They said, well, you just got to find your own way. I had to take a taxi. It cost me £6.
I get so worried about old people. I had an old couple once that missed their flight to Zurich in the morning, and they were 81 and 83, and one was suffering from angina, like the gentleman there, and they couldn't go till 6 o'clock in the evening. And you know when someone is so tired, and people don't normally get to me, but I must admit, I like that day I went home and I cried my eyes out. I was worried sick about them. Right, let's go and get them a cup of tea, I think.
With an all clear from the hospital, Mr. Smith settles down for a long wait under the watchful eye of Jane. Kevin has been summoned to the cockpit.
Can you hold the passengers?
You want to hold the passengers now?
Yeah, we've got a CFMI coming out from Manchester.
I'm afraid that we're going to have to cancel the passengers again. The captain has just said we've come across a further temporary fault. I'm sorry, I apologise to the passengers, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
There's a difference of opinion between the engineer and the captain.
Apparently he's already spoken to his own ops over in Geneva. They're happy for him to go along and take it. He's happy to take it, but apparently Rick, that's based here, wanted it checking by this inspector in Manchester. But according to the captain, that's not necessary.
It's decided that the plane won't leave until a specialist has checked it over. Things aren't going well next to the runway either. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
At the moment, we've tried everything, plan A, plan B. We now come to the last resort, where we use modified Very pistol, and today we've got long-range bird-scaring cartridges.
It's almost crunch time for Janet in Northern Ireland.
I'm a bit nervous, but excited as well. I don't know how she's going to react. I'm a bit emotional because I haven't seen her. You know, when I see her, I want to give her a big hug, and I can't do that straight away. It's hotter with the head on. Just no air gets to your body at all. So goodness knows what I'm going to look like when it actually comes off. What about that then? Yeah? Think I'll pass for a gorilla?
The specialist has arrived from Manchester. Everyone waits with bated breath.
That's nothing.
That's okay.
The birds have retreated. Craig needn't use his final weapon.
You approach on foot and you approach them like this. And they think you're a massive hawk, or that's the theory. Or maybe just the people who taught us on the course are now trying to make us look silly. Not many firemen will do that, only as a last resort.
The plane finally leaves for Geneva 1.5 hours late. Mr. Smith is at last on his way home. He should have flown 8 hours ago. The wait's taken its toll.
Yeah, I'm so tired. He looked after me well. I'll be glad to get home.
In a small restaurant in Ballymena, Northern Ireland, it's showtime for Janet. Her practice hasn't gone to waste, and she's proving a big hit.
You just look like a girl I used to know.
Only Janet's daughter Amanda's reluctant to make the gorilla's acquaintance.
Would you like to go in? Yes, you did.
Give him a drink, Sammy, he wants you to give him a drink.
Thank you, darling, it's so hot in there.
What are you doing here? You're supposed to be in England. What are you doing?
It's your birthday, Mandy. Happy birthday, man.
It's so good to see you. I can't believe you've done this to me.
Aren't you pleased to see me?
Oh, God, Mum, you're the best.
Pee-Pee the hamster later flew as cargo to Athens and was reunited with his owner at a cost of over £100. Carl Lung Sang Nam is still waiting to hear from the Liverpool manager. And Amanda has started planning her revenge for her mum's next birthday.